I wanted to kick it up to a marathon level. So I actually finished my second marathon back in January, and I realized I wanted to get something more and try to get at least 2 marathons and start running some cross-country relays. And so I was during a little break period. I was sitting at a bar and doing what people do when they don't run, and that's drink a beer. And all the runners out there. So I was sitting there and I saw this beautiful girl in the bar, and we started talking. And she started talking to me about Thrive, and I started talking to her about running, and told her that the next weekend I had to run the Cowtown Half Marathon, which was a couple weeks ago. And so she put me on Thrive, and I started taking it that first Monday, and I went into work, and I immediately realized that I hadn't drank coffee, and it was already 11 o'clock. And I had knocked out everything at work, and I just couldn't believe it. And I was like, man, if I'm really feeling like this, how am I going to do in this run next weekend? So I took it all week long and went to Fort Worth, and ironically, Lisa happened to be in Fort Worth at the exact same time. So we got to go out to eat the night before the race, and we went to Macaroni Grill, where you have to go get pasta before you run your half marathon. And so while we're sitting there, we realized, hey, we got crayons and we've got this nice piece of paper sitting on our table. So by the end of the meal, I'm shoving pasta and meatballs in my mouth, and she's completely described the entire Lavelle and Thrive experience to me. And she's got the How to Go VIP 800, 1600, and the iPad bonus and the auto bonus. And everybody around us has now known about it, and the busboy and the waitress and everything was all involved in that entire process. So I get up the next morning, I take the capsules, I'm ready to do my race. I put 2 of the patches actually on the back of my calves, and I take off for this run. And at the end of it, I end up running a 1:54, which is an hour and 54 minutes, which was 8 minutes faster than I've ever ran a half marathon before.
Wow.
And so I contributed to the entire week of being on the Thrive products, and I was real excited about being able to get that under my belt. About 2 miles out, I actually had somebody go, hey, what's that Thrive stuff on the back of your calves? And I said, well, let me tell you. And so I started recounting the night's dinner before. And I remembered in my head everything that she had written down on the table. And by the end of the race there, I'd already got somebody new into the world. So. On the company side, where we're moving really fast in Abilene, my first promoter that I signed up, Jody, she actually has already hit 12K and qualified for her auto bonus. My most recent promoter signed up within 7 days. He was able to hit his VIP 800, and we're teaching that method to everybody, and real excited about what we can do. So appreciate being here. Thanks a lot.